Here's exercise 1 and 2 for lab 7. Here's my derivation for exercise 1. It's basically KCL done on the current flowing through R2 and R1. We know there's no current in the negative and positive of the op amp. So here's my KCL, and then I work through that to get to my derivation right here. And then for exercise 2, here I have my wiring. There's my op amp chip. That's wiring, and then my potentiometer, and those go to the correct colors for the correct position to the correct input A0, A1, and A2. And here's my processing outputting. I think you can't see the green because it is under the blue because they output the exact same value, which is V negative and V out. And as I change the potentiometer here, you can see it changes the VN. And then once it gets up to that, just under 2 volts, they seem to follow each other. There it repeats. Here's exercise 3 for lab 7. Here's my wiring. I have my potentiometer, my power and ground, and this white wire, which runs to A0, which would be VN. And then I have a 1K resistor, which runs from that VN to the green wire here, which is wired up on my op amp for V minus. And then also from there I have this 10K resistor here, and that 10K resistor runs to where that blue wire is, and the blue wire is for V out. You see the blue wire. And then over here I have a voltage divider, and those are both 1K resistors. One comes from positive, one comes from negative, or 5 volts, 0 volts, and that is where this yellow wire runs to, which would be V positive. And then I also have the yellow wire running to A3 on the Arduino. And then the last wire would be this green wire, which runs to A2, which is V minus. And then I have my power and my ground, black wire and that red wire. And then that's it for the wiring. And if I come over to the code, here it is plotting my values over time, and as I adjust the potentiometer, wait till it changes. As I adjust the potentiometer, you can see the VN and V minus changing with the resistance of the potentiometer, and then the V out adjust based off of the input, and then the V plus stays constant, which makes sense because that is the yellow wire, which has the constant 2.5 volts, which is that 2.5 volt offset. Alright, now we're on to exercise 4 for lab 7. Here's my derivation, just KCL again. Now I'm accounting for that capacitor, and there's my result I get. Here's my wiring. It is more or less the same as exercise 3, but I've changed out to the 4.7 resistor, and then the 10 microfarad capacitor right here, which is in place where the 10K resistor was before. Other than that, all the wiring is more or less the same. And here's what we're getting on the screen and processing. Let me see, I'll adjust the potentiometer. You can see this is working, I think, as it should, just like an integrating amplifier.